You know who? I'm not even bringing it up. Has had a contentious relationship with the media since he got into the White House. He used to love the media. He used to love them, ooh, but now it's like a problem. And it was on full display yesterday during his interview with Meet the Press. Take a look.
The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
never
California.
Presented evidence
It's happening
that the
right now in
election was
California.
rigged.
Right now, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count
You know
the
why
votes
they're
in
doing that?
California.
Because they're cheating on the election. No, they're crooked.
They're urging
They're
the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
let's
Well,
continue.
you play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
Let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Well, he's never provided any credible evidence of election fraud. You know, I guess everybody's upset because Spencer Pratt didn't do what they all thought he was going to do. They all thought he was going to walk away with it, and it didn't happen. So why is it every time they lose, it's election fraud? And every time we win, it's election fraud. Why is it always fraud? What do you make of this?
Well, that right there is kind of the point. You don't have a lot of Republicans screaming that the 2024 election was stolen because Donald Trump won.
Yeah.
But listen, Kristen Welker did such a phenomenal job there. And I would point out, she did not bring up the election of 2020 being stolen. The president launched into this tirade.
As he does.
And I would say for folks who still are believing these lies, you've had 6 years to prove that. You have had countless times to put up or shut up, and we have seen no credible evidence. But the problem is it sticks with people. As many as 60% of Republicans still believe the 2020 election was stolen. That's the why journalists, about 60%.
Yeah.
This is why journalists still have to ask. And on the Spencer Pratt of it, I like Spencer Pratt. We had him here. He's a nice enough guy. LA is 3-1 Democratic. Kamala Harris won it by 70%. It was going to be a victory if he even made it to the runoff. That would have been like, whoa, he's doing something incredible. That's not fraud. That's just how LA is. But I will say, people tend to not trust elections when it takes a real long time to count votes. LA and California in general need to figure out how to do this quicker. Change the laws so you can do it in one day. Florida has a lot of mail-in, and they get their results the same night. It makes people feel like, oh, something's off, but there's not. That's how their rules are.
I feel the exact opposite. I think if someone is taking their time to count the votes, I think if someone is looking at every single thing, because in California, it's the most populous state. We all know that. And they actually have signature verification. So they look at every single signature, and if those signatures do not match what they have on file, they then go back to the person and they say, was this you? And so it does take a long time to be right, to do it well.
Why can Florida do it right in one night, though?
I don't think you can do it when you have 23 million registered voters. It's just not possible. And so
I think it is.
It's not possible.
Candidly, I think it is. It's because it's the mail-in voting. They don't start counting them until election day.
But it accounts for 80% of those votes. So that's the problem. Mail-in voting counts for 80% of the votes. The only time Republicans started having a problem with mail-in voting is when Democrats started to use mail-in voting more.
I've never had a problem with
that.
Before
then, you know, Republicans were fine with it. But let me say this about these election claims. I am so shocked that you just said 60% of Republicans still believe it. There were 60 lawsuits, folks, 60 lawsuits. He lost every single one of them. It's been adjudicated. He lost the election fair and square. And by the way, election fraud. There is such a limited amount of election fraud in this country.
Yeah, but
we're talking about less than, I think, 1%. Tell me in my ear if I'm wrong, but it's like less than 1%.
But if you're really reflecting on yourself, this problem has been about a decade long, because prior to 2016, I never heard people talking about it. It was a fringe amount of people that thought there's a conspiracy here. It was not mainstreamed. It's mainstream with the Republicans, but Alyssa, I'll take it one step further. Democrats now are questioning the elections. They went from having an 89% pre-2024 belief in the system to 64% trust in the system.
Because people can't believe Trump won.
That's what,
But that's not the flex you think it is. That means people aren't trusting the system.
my point here is that it started with like the QAnon fringes. It went mainstream in Republicans. It's starting to go mainstream with independents and Democrats. The big problem here is that when you divide the ranks of all people, the voting republic that have the currency of a vote, and you say it's rigged, it doesn't matter. We only get 64% of eligible voters to our polls anyway. The way to keep power consolidated at the top is to create division among the bottom. There's a bigger problem at play here that is not partisan. It needs to be stopped. We cannot keep doing that. There's a certain amount of suspension of trust. I don't believe elections to any extreme level have ever been rigged. I stand by that because there's been no proof of any other thing.
Well, in what happened this weekend, there's two big issues. One is the way, again, he treated and berated a female reporter.
Yes.
It is the reason why I choose not to go sit at a White House Correspondents Association dinner and normalize a man who bullies and attacks and insults the free press. That is unacceptable. The second thing about California, and I just spent a week there. I interviewed Karen Bass. I interviewed Javier Becerra for my podcast, Bleep. And what happens in California is there's this phenomenon referred to as the red mirage, because Republicans tend to vote in person. Democrats, because Trump has made such a big deal about mail-in balloting not being rigged, Democrats do believe in mail-in ballots, and they vote by mail. Yeah. So when the first batch of votes are counted, the ones that were voted on that day by mostly Republicans,
in person,
their numbers, the numbers of Republicans are much greater. Now, if you take a look at what's actually happening in California, the Republican candidate that Trump endorsed in LA, Spencer Pratt, it's a very narrow gap. He just lost the second place lead, right? And for governor, the Republican he endorsed is actually still in second place. And though the gap is narrower, he's still in second place. He's got about 26% of the vote. That's roughly the amount of Republicans in California. But you have to understand something, and this is what's making Trump furious. He is furious that the people he endorsed are losing. Well, getting the endorsement of Donald Trump in California is like being endorsed by Satan when a cardinal wants to be elected president. It does not help you.
Listen,
And if Steve Hilton ends up, the Trump-endorsed candidate in California, ends up being in the general against Javier Becerra will likely win because people in California loathe Donald Trump.
Well,
and Steve Hilton probably wishes Donald Trump didn't endorse him if he makes it to the general election.
And remember, I did say that one of the things that happens is people will say stuff. You know, it's like the man from Alabama when they
Roy Moore.
With Roy Moore, everybody, and Roy Moore is my husband's choice, and that's my husband. That's who he wants, and that's who I'm gonna vote for. Everybody said it. We knew Roy Moore was gonna win. The day of the election, people went behind that curtain and did not vote for Roy Moore, and they were all shocked. They were all shocked because everybody said, oh, no, this is our guy. He wasn't their guy. People don't want to tell you because it's really nobody's business who you're going to vote for. When I was a kid, that's how it was. My mother would not tell me who she was voting for or why she was voting for. She did her vote, and she said, when you get old enough to vote, you don't have to tell people who you're going to vote for because you'll make up your mind and you'll go in and it's between you and that machine.
Just that you vote.
And you've got to vote. And so I'm saying to all of you, listen, you know what you need for yourselves and your family. Do yourself a favor. Don't sit back because it doesn't help anybody.
No, it doesn't. It
doesn't help anybody not voting. So whatever you decide to do, get out there and exercise your right. It is your right. People have died for this. Get out and vote. And if your guy doesn't win, perhaps the person who gets in will take into, or gal, person who gets in will take into consideration what your wishes were as well. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be all of our people. So make sure you get out and vote. Sorry, Spencer, it wasn't you this time, but get better at what you say you want and do it again.
City councilman.
There's all kind of stuff you can